Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, depending on where you are. Welcome to our Q1 product showcase. We're excited to tell you all about the cool stuff that's been going on in our product over the past quarter. And I'm joined by the team of our product managers who will introduce themselves as we walk through this, and our product consultants are experts that work with you, our customers, every day to get the most out of our products. So what we're going to cover today, I'll get through in a little bit here. We're going to start with, I'll give you a little bit of an update at a high level, talk to you a little bit about AI and how we're thinking about that, as I know that's top of mind for most people. And then we'll start working through our product suites, our rental suite update, and then we'll talk about what's new in our sales suite and then our service suite, and we will wrap things up after that. If you have questions, please post them in the Q&A section of the webinar, and that way, at the end, if we have time, we'll answer some of these questions. If we run out of time, that way, if you post it in the Q&A section, it saves after the webinar is done, unlike the chat, and then we will get back to you with an answer on those questions. So please do populate with those questions. All right, well, with that, let's go ahead and jump in. Uh, you know what? This is 2025 has been a big year for us so far in product. So just to give you a few of the highlights, we have done a lot of work in UX. We've launched the global landing hub, which many of you have access to. We've also upgraded the UI of our CRM, which has benefited tens of thousands of users, these UX upgrades. This is part of a strategy that we are continuing moving forward, upgrading UI and UX across the platform. Another example of that is for our rental customers. Before, in order to access our service management and our dispatch tools and our contract management tools in our brand new web interface, which we call Texada Web, you would have to talk to us in order to get activated. Now we've given it to everyone. You now have it available. You can use it anytime you want. It's included in your subscription. Go for it. Like, please, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. There's lots of really good and cool new functionality. It's not just an upgraded UX, it's enhanced functionality too. And we're continually investing in that platform. We brought AI. We had our first AI features last year in our sales suite with email smart drafts and iQuote. And then we brought it to our e-commerce tool to help you write product descriptions in e-commerce super fast. Well, now we brought it to the service suite with being able to create draft emails summarizing parts and services quotes that you're sending to your customers. We've continued to invest to advance integrations across Cat Rental Store, Market Integrator, and many more. And in doing all this, we've seen a record growth of usage on our platform in this quarter. We've seen many thousands of users, new users come onto the platform, which we are super excited about. It's a good signal that we're delivering the things that you need to gain value from Texada solutions. Um, we're just getting started. This is a little bit of a tease for some of the stuff that we'll talk about later, but we've got new features coming out for Texada Pay and other things. We are continuing to work on integrations around quoting, leads, integrating rental into different ERPs and other ERP integrations with other parts of our suite. We are working on some really cool AI features for later this year. We're also just trying to improve the experience. We're continuing to invest in self-service and then also things that make it easier to onboard if you want to adopt a new part of our product suite. Maybe you're not using our rental mobile solutions. We might want to make it easier for you to get on board with that. And then, this is critical for us. We, make commitments to you and from integrations, product features, and everything. And we're delivering on those, and we're helping get folks live on those new products and features. And these are a few examples of the customers that are going live on our new products and features. So with that, let's turn the page a little bit and let's talk about AI. So you might be asking, we hear about every day this new model, that new model. Most of you are probably using ChatGPT or have at least tried it out on a personal basis, asked it a few questions. how does this play into Texada software and how we can make how we can make your products better? So we fundamentally look at AI like we do any other technology, and our job as experts in equipment, heavy equipment, right? Heavy equipment dealers, heavy equipment rental houses. Our job is to then take technical tools, whether it's AI or mobile apps or whatever it is, and use that to solve your problems. That's how we create value, is understanding your business and then using those tools to solve your problems. So Texada Intelligence, which is what we're calling our AI capability, is no different. It's purpose built for heavy equipment. That's fundamentally our strategy. But then you're probably asking, well, okay, Ben, what does this mean for actual use cases and features? So let me just go through a few things here with you on that. One thing we've learned is a lot about what AI is good at and what it's not good at over the last year or two. It's good at content creation, maybe a little too good sometimes. If you're out on the internet these days, it's good at polishing. It's good if, like, you can throw a few rough bullet points into Chat GPT and it'll come up with something that's pretty polished. It's starting to be able to take actions. You can give some of the new models instructions to search the web and find things following instructions. It's good at synthesizing information. If you put like a large document into one of these models, tell it to summarize it, comes out pretty good. And increasingly, you're seeing, computer vision images interpretation as a capability of these LMs. But let's talk about what it's not good at. Okay, so generating zero error structured information, not good at that. You got to check it. It's not good. Algorithmic thinking, X plus Y equals Z. You'll see scenarios where they can't even like do basic math problems if you don't phrase it just right and things like that. So algorithmic thinking is getting better in that, but it's not a strength. And then here's the thing that I think is maybe most important. One of the things that, like, even on this call, you look at the row of people that are probably at the top or bottom of the side of your screen here. They represent collectively literally centuries of experience in heavy equipment. And the same is true of your teams. Accumulating and using context is something we human beings are really good at. The AIs are not good at that. They literally have what's called a context window that is limited. They can only hold so much in their heads. They don't have long-term memory to call on. Obviously that's changing, but right now it is not there. And so the conclusion that we've come to is we want to use the capabilities that AI is good at. So content creation, synthesis, et cetera. But we got to keep the humans in the loop. They're the ones who need to make the decisions on what you do with your customers because they do not have the context that you have. And so we'll always be keeping humans in the loop, guiding, but try to do stuff that would take humans a long time to do. So what does this mean in terms of use cases? Let me give you a few ideas. We're talking about content creation capability. Well, we've already come up with smart email drafts, e-commerce product descriptions, right? So that's sort of value impact. Um, you know, Creates value, but isn't a huge deal yet. We're working our way to more impactful use cases. So, looking at how we can enhance, dictating and enhancing service reports for rental as an example. We're working on things like agentic action, where you can actually use your voice to create activities in our CRM. We're looking at ways that we can synthesize information that is contained within Texada systems and surface that in a way that'll make your people more effective. So this is account summaries, what's going on at a customer, what should you be paying attention to if you're going to go visit a particular customer or have a call with them. Be making it easier to draft service reports. And then we're even looking at things like rental damage detection. How can we identify damages based on pictures that you take during the check-in, check-out process? Um, so we're doing all of this with an eye towards how we can go adopt these things rapidly and bring these tools to you quickly. So how do we do that? First, we identify and validate a use case for a capability, right? It always starts with like, what's a problem that you have that we could potentially solve with this technology. Then we build a platform service. So if we have something over in sales suite that we build, it has a capability that we might be able to use in our rental suite or our service suite. And then we build those other use cases. So example, I quote Smart Draft came out mid to last year. Took us about 9 months to get that thing from a prototype to being something that customers are using. Uh, so what we were doing during that time was launching our simple content creation API. This is an internal API that we use in between our systems. And then we were rapidly, since then, in the 6 months since then, we've launched two more features based on this: the PSQ Smart Drafts for parts and service quoting, and gateway product descriptions, or e-commerce product descriptions in our e-commerce product. So we're going to keep doing this, right? We're looking at, as we've worked on CRM voiced activity, we've created a couple of platform services for polishing information, taking actions. We haven't launched it yet, but we're getting close. We'll use that in other features for rental, like dictate and enhance. CRM account summaries, another one which uses a synthesis capability. We're getting started on that, not there yet, but we think that can also help us with service reports. So that's a little bit of a view on how we think about AI and what our strategy is, and some of the things that you're going to be seeing from us in the coming months. I'll note that all of our AI capabilities, when we're working with an LLM to synthesize things, it's all in a secure container that is not used to train the models. Your data doesn't go anywhere. And so you can rest assured that not only will these things deliver value, they're also safe and secure. But I've already overstayed my time for welcoming us and sharing a little bit about our product strategy. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to John Hellens, our product manager for our rental suite, to tell us a little bit more about what we've delivered and what's coming in rental. John?
All right. Everybody can see my screen, I hope. Nope.
We see the full screen, John, not the
Okay,
presentation.
perfect. I can't see
Oh,
anyone
there
else
it is.
presenting in Zoom, so. All right, sorry
Yeah,
guys.
looks good.
All right, my name's John Hellens. I'm the product manager for the rental suite. I'm going to talk about a few things that we've recently released, run through a quick demo, and then talk about what's coming up. All right. Sorry, so longer vendor numbers. We've created an alternate vendor number, which is up to 20 characters. We've been hearing feedback about onboarding and people saying their vendor numbers are too long to meet the old standards. So we've done that. We've increased, so now we can have the full vendor number in the system, and it's also available via APIs. So this is going to hopefully make dealing with new vendors a lot easier because we can use the native number. And then manage customer owned fleet. So this is a big one. So when you're dealing with your customers and they have their own piece of equipment and you want to service it, maybe it's downtime or slow season and you want to like take care of their product or their equipment for them, we now allow you to put that into a separate file, separate from the regular fleet. So old days you'd have to create a dummy product and then run your maintenance against that, and it just polluted the inventory and it wasn't optimal. So now we can do this. We can create customer owned fleet, and I'll show that in a minute. And we track the sort of service history with it, and now you can just leverage that and not have to worry about polluting your fleet when you service customers' equipment. And we brought estimates to web. So this is another big jump on the new UI. We've been focusing on getting that everything in as much as we can for operations into the new UI. So estimates was the next step. So now, if you've got mobile, you can actually create it in the field, but you can create estimates from web or in the field and provide an estimate to your customer, and then it can be converted back at the counter. And now we're going to look at it. Oh, I didn't want to do that yet. How do I? There we go. So this is the new UI. This is where you land. So if I go to work orders, now if I'm looking at my work orders list right now, if I want to see my estimates, I just click on the top right here, and that shows me all the estimates that I have currently here. So I'm going to go ahead and create one. So in this case, we're going to go blah, blah, blah. Pick good old Alex Crest. And then the customer, I'm going to pick KW Air. Now, when I do that, this is, and I select customer owned equipment, and I hit the down arrow, I'm only seeing that products that we've registered against that customer for customer owned equipment. And now I can go through here and I'm going to say it's internal labor. Sure, that's good enough. And now I'm going to create my work order estimate. Okay. So now I've created it, and then the customer says, yeah, that's good. Let's go ahead and do it. So from my estimates list, I just click here, convert to work order, and now I've created a work order. So that's the entire process. Obviously, you might be adding parts, et cetera, to it, but that's how easy it is to create an estimate in web now and convert it to a work order. And then when I look at customer-owned equipment, so we only have a couple of pieces in here, but if I click on one, this is all the information we store. We store the equipment type, manufacturer, make, model, and then we have a reference group, which means you can refer to an owned group of inventory, and it will use that for preventative maintenance scheduling. And that is my spiel. So hopefully you found that useful, and we'll talk soon.
Awesome. Thank you, John. Great.
No
Let's
problem.
talk about the sales suite, our CRM and quoting tools being the stars here. All right. So, sales suite. We're going to first talk about some recent releases. So recently, we've been focusing a lot on sales reps who are on the road. So that's the draft activities is the first one, where we've noticed that some sales reps who are on the road, they might not have the best connection. And so we want them to be able to still do their jobs using the applications that have been afforded to them. And so being able to log a sales activity while on the road, that's a really big deal. And so the idea being that you want them to have their thoughts fresh. You want them to be able to capture that right away in the heat of the moment. And so with this enhancement, the sales reps will be able to log draft activities, even though they are offline. So that's quite exciting. Another one here, just down below, is the again, just numerous updates that we've done to SalesLink Flex. Being able to quickly respond to leads through a number of different enhancements where when a lead is assigned to a rep, they can simply open up that link and that'll open up that lead directly. Then they can tap on that phone number and it'll directly call that lead. And then when they come back, it's going to ask them if they want to log an activity. And if they do, it's going to fill out everything for them. So then all they need to do is just fill out the notes. Hey, we chatted about this and that, and they are done. So all of this is about really getting them to be a lot more efficient, a lot more powerful while on the road. The adage being that we want them to be selling and not doing paperwork, right? So let's get them to do that. All right. So the last one here on the top right, the marketing integrator. So this has to do with how important it is today to run marketing automation campaigns. So to be able to take the contacts who you have, or maybe the prospects who you have in your CRM, to be able to enroll them into a marketing journey that you have on your marketing platform, to say email them or text them, and bring them through all of that experience. Maybe to then fill out a call to action. Yes, I do want to trade in my machine to purchase a new one, for example. Right? You want to be able to do that really quick. You don't want to have to spend time and people's energy to manage all of that data. And so that's what we are doing here for you with the marketing integrator. I'm going to give you a quick little preview, or not preview, just a quick little sneak peek as to how that looks. So here I am. I am in the marketing integrator right now. And this is the bridge that connects your CRM to your marketing platform. All right. So what we're seeing here, this is an example where it's connected to HubSpot. So for those who know HubSpot, the workflow is what commands those various different automations. Email them first, then wait 3 days. If they don't respond or open the email, then do something else, right? That whole journey is what a workflow is. Similar things happen on Marketing Cloud, which we also support. But in this example, it's HubSpot. So here I am. I'm about to enroll some contacts from SalesLink, the CRM, into a HubSpot workflow. And so you can see how this is really serving as a bridge, right? We're getting data from HubSpot and also data from SalesLink. So these are sales link campaigns where you can identify some key accounts who you want to target. And then down below, we've got all of the contacts associated with those companies. And not only that, in terms of, you can check, and enroll them if you like. But also, hey, you might have a lot of contacts across all of those different companies. And so maybe it makes sense for you to be able to filter them, to say that, you know what, I don't want everybody. I only want those who are purchasing equipment. So with this quick little drop-down search, I can check off those two options, right? So only those contacts who are that type of contact in the CRM. We hit search, and this is going to give me the shortened list. Now, yours, I hope, is going to be more than 2 who you want to reach out to, but for demonstration purposes, this is what it's going to be like. So again, select all, enroll them into the campaign, and off you go. There's lots more to this marketing integration to explore. We don't have time to do that today. If you're interested, do reach out to us. We're happy to give you a more detailed tour. All right, back to our regular program here with some more highlights of recent releases. All right, so you might notice a little icon on here, the little light bulb, and that has to do with the fact that this is coming from the ideas portal, right? This is where we are getting ideas from folks like yourself, where you are telling us about something that is we might not be aware of, something that's getting in your way. You can upvote the ideas of other customers like yourselves, and this is being reflected in our roadmap. So this particular feature here, being able to move models within your model hierarchy, that is something that has come from the ideas portal. All right. The other one here, the Vertex integration, this is just talking about how, we are going to play nice with all of our system friends, if you will, right? So if you have a relationship with Vertex, or if you would like to have one to automatically calculate your taxes for machine quoting, this is something that we have recently introduced. All right, last one here is adding an activity from the quote creation process. And again, this is really speaking to integration, but a different kind. This is integration across our portfolio of products, right? So, excuse me, here I am in iQuote, where I am quoting a new machine. And as you see here, there is an activity section. And all that I need to do as a sales rep is fill in the notes. That seems to be a pattern here. All I need to do is fill in the notes. So what this is doing is by creating a quote, this is going to automatically create an activity associated with that opportunity and that customer who I would have attached to this quote. And so this is a configuration that you can create or set up for your own business, however you like. You can make it default to be yes, or default to be no, or simply not have that in there if you wish. So definitely under your control, but really this is a record that then gets created in the CRM. And again, talking about that integration piece, about how everything comes together in unison. So that's this enhancement here when it comes to some recent releases to highlight. All right.
Okay, so my name is Mark Dearborn. I'm the product manager for the service suite here at Texada, and I'm excited today. I get the opportunity to show you guys some new releases that I'm excited about, as well as talk about some roadmap items that are coming up. So let's get right into it. First one I wanted to talk to is the Service Agreement Quoter, or SAQ as we call it. Service Agreement Quoter is all about enabling the CVA process. And I just want to take a minute and stop and mention that these are the service suite for cat dealers. So everything I'm talking about here is going to be applicable for Caterpillar for cat dealers. So in the CVA process, Service Agreement Quoter does 3 primary things. The first thing is to quickly create a CVA, a quote for a fleet of machines in minutes. It's an incredibly fast tool. We can do 20 machines in about 4 minutes, which is great value add. Another thing we can do is automatically create contracts in DBS CT menu with a click of a button. I'll show you what these screens look like in a minute. Finally, the third thing that SAQ does is it gives you the ability to select a package that you've made in SAQ in iQuote. So when you're quoting equipment, you can also have the CVA be part of that at the same time. So I'll just walk you through some of these screens. Here's an example screenshot from SAQ, from the software. You'll see some of the data here is blurred because we don't want to show that particular data. And it's as easy as clicking the Add Multiple Equipment button, selecting the equipment you want from that customer. There's different ways to sort that. And when you do that, it will automatically bring in, for the package you've selected, all of the PM events, your PM 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you have set up for all of this piece, all of these equipment, bringing in all the associated parts and any pricing associated. If there's CATS marketing programs or other customer pricing impacts, all of that price can be represented in here as well. As far as contract creation and CT menu, when a quote is won, we have a Create Contract button in the top right side here. When you click that, in the left side, there's going to be a new CVA contract section, which will include all of the information you need to set up that CVA contract at CT menu. And we're going to do it for you. We've got the Send to ERP button. Click that, and an enrollment number will be generated for all of the equipment on this quote automatically. So this is a great tool not only for speeding up the time it takes to create a CVA quote and getting it to a customer, but also for setting up your contracts in CT menu. The final piece here is package selection in iQuote. So here's a screenshot from iQuote. And here you can see for this equipment, we've made available some of these packages that we've built in the service agreement quoter, and we've selected them to be available. So here I can select a premium CVA package, 500, 2000, and I can add that directly to my equipment quote. So we've got our CVAs included at the time with that order. So it'll help drive adoption of CVAs, help simplify the process for everyone involved. We'll talk more a bit about SAQ later on in some of the upcoming roadmap items. Some other features, going back to AI, because we love building AI features here at Texada to help enable your team to be superheroes. And this is one for PSQ, which is smart email drafting. So inside of PSQ, when you click on the email icon, you've got a pop-up that will let you email to the customer. And we've got this new Generate Draft button. And what this will do, it's going to take the quote document they've created, the PDF you've created in PSQ, and it's going to summarize that for you. The idea here is that your PSSR or whoever else is creating this quote can quickly get a draft message that they can then tweak as they need to and send to the customer, saving them a few minutes each time they have to send an email. And the time that they save not having to draft these emails, think about what's the content of that quote, how to summarize it, relevant pricing, and just get it out there. Then they can move on to the next quote and help to sell more. Okay, next is workflow filter. So job control filtering. So job control is something a lot of dealers use, not every dealer, but a lot of them, to help manage work better. Some dealers use it as the initials of the person that's managing the work. For others, dealers, they use it different ways, as in the shop or whatever entity is managing that work. And we're adding job control filtering to a number of different areas through the application. One is the service pipeline, where you can now select a job control and filter along with all the other filters to help you better manage your work. The ticket overview page, and as well as the advanced search. So this is a feature that a lot of dealers are leveraging. If you're not using this today, you can reach out to us and we can help walk you through that. Mobile sign on glass is another very exciting feature. This is for dealers who have customers that want to see the work that a technician is performing on site. So say a tech is going to be there for multiple days and somebody wants to sign off on what they're doing. So here the technician can show them right on their mobile device the work that they've done, and then capture the signature from the customer for that work, as well as send them a report afterwards of all the work that was done. And this works offline as well. So if you've got customers in remote mine sites or other areas where Wi-Fi is an issue, you can still capture the signature offline, and when you go back online, we'll send the report out to the customer. This is what that report looks like. So we have our pre-existing service report. We've now added the new customer service report, which is a daily report for the customer. You can select the technician and the dates, and you can see that we capture now the customer's signature as well in these reports. This is helpful if you've got orders that take a while to close, that the customer's not asking questions about, what was this for, who approved this, because you've got that audit of who did approve that work. We'll talk more about the customer service report a little bit later, and another feature that's coming up. Next feature I want to talk about that we've released is need by date. So we've added a new need by date tab. This is all about managing large, complex projects. So we've got need by date available at the segment and operation level. And now you can put in a date. It has to be before the promised date for the job when each piece of work needs to be completed. You can start building up dependencies. So really this is all about managing that work, and it's essentially critical path planning for work orders. Going along with need by date, we've also added % complete on the same tab. This is the technician's opinion of how far along that job is. So a job, they could be 4 hours in to a 4-hour job, but maybe there's some rusty bolts and they're only 50% complete. So by having the technician's opinion of where you are in that job, as long as when you need each of those individual segments, it gives you a great view to help to manage complex projects. You've got, hey, I've got something that I need due on Friday. The tech's only 50% done and we're on Wednesday. It's a big job. I better call them to see what's going on and see how we can remove any roadblocks and keep going on this. So that's need by date and % complete. Next, I'll show you how techs can manage that in their mobile application. So in the mobile application in ServiceLink Flex, we've added % complete and need by date to the segment view. So technicians can be aware of when work is due, how far maybe other work's going along that has dependencies. And we make it easy for them. So when the technician's adding their labor, there's a new section for % complete where they can enter their % complete right at the time when they're entering their job. So you've got that information up to date and it's easier on the tech. There's less of a burden for them. So that's need by date and % complete. We've also added to our mobile application symptoms editing in Flex for the 4 Cs. So a lot of dealers can struggle with getting technicians to go get into their boot up their laptops, log in and update the 4 Cs when those have changed from the time that you've taken a call until the reality out in the field. So we're adding it into, or we have added it into our mobile application. So in the symptoms, there's an edit button. When you click on that, the technician can now quickly edit those 4 Cs. So we've got an up-to-date story, which is automatically updated in our web application. Okay, that was just a quick tour. If you have any questions, please reach out, and back to you, Ben.
Thanks everyone for joining. We'll see you next time.